ladies and gentlemen, stand by. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Stand by for live introduction. Stand by.
I actually have someone who I want you to meet today.
Okay.
He's a friend of mine. His name is
Johnny Wimbrey,
Best-selling author.
motivational speaker. He's author of the book.
From the hood to doing good.
And I thought that he would be someone that you need to meet. Johnny, would you please come out?
Welcome to the Johnny Wimbrey Show. We're talking about overcoming adversity, pushing yourself to the other side.
helping Jeff in his fight. In our world, you know, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, no experience. They led with passion.
If there's one successful person on the planet, just one, then all I said was me too. I like to represent things that are bigger than all of us. It's something that's going to outlive us. I believe that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
In just a few minutes, one of them is going to walk out of here with $25,000 to grow their business thanks to Johnny.
And this is an opportunity just to show that we care. I'm an investor in an incredible respect for money because I know what it's like not to have any. First memory in life was living in a battered women's shelter because of what I went through in my life. How much longer do you want to have this problem? You're ignoring something. My father is an alcoholic. Think about that word deception. I mean, would deception be deception if it were obvious? You'd be the last person to know.
Police investigating the death of Michael Jackson believe that doctors may have written him prescriptions in exchange for money.
There are people who are dead today that would not have been dead if there were doctors who were using their authority the right way. You can't follow a parked car. We follow people and we are mentored by people who look good, they sound good, they're packaged right. But you haven't even checked the hood to see if there's an engine in the car. A dog doesn't even bark at a parked car. Why would you follow one? Do you understand that? Is it connecting?
Yes.
You can't get something different without doing something different.
What's the key to his sobriety?
Wanting it, believing that it's possible. You got access to me now.
Okay.
Look at me, you got access. Use it.
Thank you, Johnny. Come back, please.
Johnny's book, From the Hood to Doing Good, is available now, and everyone in the audience is going home with the copy.
Thank you, Johnny. That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're incredibly
I appreciate
welcome.
you coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Wimbrey. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's do some shout outs from around the world. I got Facebook Live. We're live here on Zoom. Shout me out from around the world. Where are you guys tuning in from? This is just pure curiosity why I'm doing this right now. I got Maryland, the Bronx, California's in the building, United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Guyana, the Bahamas, and Nassau. I'm going back and forth here. New York City, New Zealand, Canada, Louisiana, Texas, New Zealand, Baltimore, Kansas, Canada. New Zealand is in the building. What's up, New Zealand? Stone Mountain, Georgia, Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville, North Carolina. I'm sorry. DFW. All right, my town. What's up? Cape Town, South Africa, Ghana. Germany is in the building. Just did a big call with Germany about an hour ago. Baltimore, Phoenix, London, Georgia again, Nashville, Guyana again, Grand Junction, Colorado, Bermuda, Toronto, Canada, Guyana. Wow, Guyana. Bahamas, Etobicoke. I have no idea where that is. Romania, Long Island. Every now and then somebody hits me somewhere. I don't know where it is. Cyprus. Just got off a call with Cyprus and many of my business partners in Europe. Denmark, Georgia, McAllen, Texas, Cumbria, United Kingdom, Jamaica, Ghana, Laredo, Texas, Massachusetts, Quebec, Canada, from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I know your time is very valuable. So is mine. So I want to make sure that we hit the ground running. First off, let me say this. Thank you so much for being here with us. The person who invited you out, what's up, Dubai, Bahamas, Bermuda? I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted. Bermuda, Bahamas, Florida, New York City, Czech Republic, Houston. Wow, from all over the world, several hundred people are stopping what they're doing right now on a Tuesday. And for some of you, if you're in New Zealand, why are you up right now? I have no idea, but I'm glad that you are. And different people from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Johnny Wimbrey, and I have the distinct honor and pleasure of sharing something with you that is taking the world by storm right now. And I know a lot of times we use words to make our point, and we use cliches, and every now and then we may exaggerate a little bit to get our point across. When I say that what you're about to see is taking the world by storm, in no shape, form, or fashion am I exaggerating. I am seeing right now before my eyes, in the last 90 days, a level of momentum has hit our company in a way that I've never seen before. Now, you got to remember the time that we are in, the pandemic, the world being told to stay home right now and stay safe, which I agree with that. But here's what I'm seeing. While the world is staying home and staying safe, they're uncertain. And people make decisions in the midst of uncertainty like they never do before when they're comfortable. When we're comfortable, we make less life decisions. When we're uncomfortable, we make major and more life decisions. People are making decisions based on life right now, not likes. See, in social media, we come from a world where we make decisions based on getting somebody to like us. Well, you know what? Getting somebody to like you, that doesn't pay the bills. You cannot pass down a like to the next generation. My children will not profit off of my likes on social media. So we have seen and witnessed firsthand the entire world have an about face, facing reality of what's going on, and people are making decisions about life, not decisions about likes. And this is happening before our eyes. We are seeing people create massive success stories in the last 90 days that we didn't even know their name 90 days ago. There are people who are on with us right now who just joined our company. We don't know who they are. All we know is they joined today, and they are bringing people to share the concept of iBoomerang, just like you are here watching right now. Whether it be your first time or whether you've been here several times, we welcome you. I'm going to kind of deviate from the script just a little bit because I want to talk to you about why I'm here. Why am I here right now? Now, I'm a #1 best-selling author. I'm a television personality. I've built home-based businesses for over 20 years now. I'm 45 years old. The first time I saw a home-based business that made me say yes, I was 25 years old. That was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I made a decision and I did something that I said I would never do. And that was join a home-based business. Why? Because I was a professional. I was the guy who had the title that anybody would respect. And there's something about having a title that makes you close-minded to anything else because your title super exceeds reality. And my title super exceeded my reality. My title was, I was a regional vice president for an insurance firm. I was a licensed agent since I was 20 years old. So for 5 years, I built myself up. 5 years, I've proven myself faithful. For 5 years, I busted my butt to be at the top of the charts, top salesperson, top organization. And then I was awarded the opportunity to recruit and train agents for the state of Texas and the state of Oklahoma in the United States of America. And that was my title. I was young. I took pride in my title of being a licensed insurance agent who had a regional vice president contract. I looked good. I sounded good. But my bank account, didn't match how I felt. My bank account did not match what people thought about me. And I don't know about you, but I found myself in a situation. It was a crisis. Like the whole world is in a crisis right now. In the year 2000, Johnny Wimbrey was having a crisis. And the crisis was, I can't pay my mortgage. I got a brand new house that I built from scratch when I was 22 years old. I got married and I told my wife, baby, because you chose to marry me, you will never have to work. I have no idea why I said that. Because when you can't pay your bills and you tell your significant other, I got this. And now you're being threatened to lose your house. I'm hiding my cars so they don't get repossessed. I was in a situation where I had the title, didn't have the money. And I told myself when I was a teenager, I told myself, Johnny, you're going to be a multimillionaire. Now you have to understand, my first memory in life was being homeless, living in a shelter. When I was 3 years old, that's the first thing I remember about me. So I don't come from that kind of thinking. I don't come from the thinking or the confidence to be able to look into a mirror and say, Johnny, you're going to be a multimillionaire. But the reason I said it had nothing to do with money. It had everything to do with the fact that I was going to interrupt everything from my past. I wanted to be the first millionaire Wimbrey. I wanted to be the first person in my bloodline to start something new for generations to come. And I have accomplished that. I've accomplished that in a very big way. But I want to lead back to the point back when I was 25 years old. It was February the 11th of the year 2000. A friend of mine contacts me and says, Johnny, I'm going to send you a website. I want you to go to this website. He didn't say send it. He couldn't even text it. It's the year 2000. He said, type in this into your browser. That's exactly what he said. I see you laughing at me, Richard, but you know what I'm talking about. He said, type this in your browser. So I typed it in. And as soon as I went there, he said, push play. Now, there really wasn't videos online at that point. There was an audio and it was a flash presentation. And the screen changed as the voice was talking. And here's what the voice said. Bill Gates. Already had my attention because they said Bill Gates. In the year 2000, Bill Gates was the richest man in the world. So he was the highest level authority on success on the planet. So when they said Bill Gates, boom, my attention was there. Why? Because a billionaire is about to tell me a secret. That's how I thought. I didn't know everybody else had access to this website. I literally thought that that voice was talking to me. And it said, Bill Gates says that the internet will create more millionaires this year than any other source in the world. I was 25 when I heard that. That was the year 2000. He said it in 1999. I didn't hear it until the year 2000. What's my point? I wasn't making money on the internet. And it scared me. It virtually scared me. Why? Because the richest man in the world just said that the internet's going to create more millionaires this year than any other source in the world. And it meant I couldn't be one of them because I wasn't making money on the internet. And it scared me. And that day, I made a decision to join a business that was driven by the internet. Fast forward 20 years later, I've made over $40 million in home-based businesses. I've helped over 30 people make over $1 million in home-based businesses. I've helped thousands of people make part-time income or full-time income working part-time hours in home-based businesses. So I'm not just a guy that's excited about the latest, greatest opportunity. I'm a documented success story. As a matter of fact, I would even go so far to say I'm an expert on home-based businesses. Why would I say I'm an expert? Because Richard, anybody who has done anything for 10 years in a row and made $1 million doing the exact same thing every year for 10 years in a row, I don't care what that person is doing, they're an expert. So I would consider myself an expert in that area. Nowhere, listen, there aren't too many other areas where I'm an expert. That's one I can confidently say, and I really can't even think of another area. But I can say that to say this. I want your attention for the next 35, 40 minutes. I want to share something with you right now that if I would have seen this 20 years ago, it would be impossible because the technology that didn't exist back then. But to be exposed to something this early on, a ground floor opportunity. When I ask you a question, when's the best time to get on an airplane? On the ground or in the air? Write this down. Never get on an airplane. It's already in the air. It's dangerous. I see so many people get on airplanes that have already taken off. And it's not that you can't get to your destination. It's the odds are not in your favor anymore because you're jumping on an airplane that's already in the air. So when I saw Bitcoin for the first time, anybody want to guess what price I saw it at? It's gonna be funny seeing some of these messages come through. I saw Bitcoin for the first time. No, it was worse than that. No, it wasn't that bad. When I saw Bitcoin for the first time, it was less than 70. It was less than $1. I have friends in the home-based business arena. I speak and do seminars all over the world. I've shared stages and done seminars and projects with the late great Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Dr. John Gray. Les Brown's my personal mentor. I've done projects with, Grant Cardone, some of the greatest names that are out there under the umbrella of personal development. I've spoken at Tony Robbins groups. So that's my arena. That's my world. So when Bitcoin came out, I had access to all the people who had direct access, and they called me. Johnny, I know you're focused on something else right now, but I want to show you something that's not going to distract you. I thought they were trying to recruit me in a home-based business, so I wasn't interested. It was less than $1 a coin when I saw it. Guess when I bought my first Bitcoin? It was $7,500 a coin. Now, I want you to think about that. I don't think I'm the smartest investor on the planet, just based on that. I would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars if I would have spent $7,000 on Bitcoin when it was less than $1. You know why I didn't do it? I didn't know if it was real. I didn't know if it would ever work. I didn't know if our governments would ever accept it. It didn't matter. I didn't study. I didn't research. I went based on emotions, not facts. And I missed hundreds of millions of dollars because I waited to buy it at 7,500, 7,000. You know why I bought my first Bitcoin at 7,000? So I wouldn't have the story again when it hit 15,000. At least I would be able to say, well, I did buy one at 7,000. Still hurts when I say it out loud. But the point is, I didn't believe it. I want you to open your mind. Don't be me when I saw Bitcoin. And this happened. I was a millionaire when I saw it and said no. Some of you will see this company, will see this opportunity. Money's not going to stop you from joining. You'll see in a minute. But what could stop you is what stopped me from buying Bitcoin when it was less than $1. I didn't have my mind open. See, the mind is like a parachute. When do you need a parachute? When it's time to need it. If your parachute doesn't open up when you need it, that's a backpack. That's not a parachute. Say splat. That's what happens when you don't open your parachute at the right time. I went splat when it came to Bitcoin because my mind was closed. Open your mind, people. I promise you, I'm about to take you down a road in 30 minutes that could change your life forever. So as I prepare to share my screen, bear with me 1 second, and we will jump right into the purpose of why we're here and what you're about to see. 1 second. That's actually my favorite screen right there, but I need to start at the top. And I told myself the next time I do this, I will be prepared to start at the top. And I did it again. Why? I'm excited. Why am I excited? Because the last 3 hours of my life have been incredibly amazing. Not because of what's happened to me, it's what I'm seeing happen to my business partners who decided to join me. In the last 30 days, we have recognized more new success stories in the last 30 days than we have in the last 3 months. What you're looking at right now is the name of our company, iBoomerang. What's a boomerang? A boomerang is something you throw out with the hopes of it coming back to you. So at the end of this presentation, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you boomerang? And you're going to answer, no, I don't boomerang. Or yes, I boomerang. And that's where we start. Here's our disclaimer. Every company has one, and every company should always put this up there. iBoomerang cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn money with our program information, tools, or strategies. As you continue to read, I'm going to elaborate. Listen, what you put into any business is what you're going to get out. If you treat this like a hobby, there's a really good chance it's going to pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a multi-million-dollar business, it will pay you like a multi-million-dollar business. And I want you to stick around because I have a friend that I'm going to introduce you to at the very end of this. And she just reached the $1 million status in our compensation plan that will take her to that reality in 2020. And she's new. I'm new. To be honest with you, we're all new because the company you're looking at just launched in 2019. So we are a brand new opportunity that's ground floor. Remember I talked about Bitcoin and how I knew about it very early on? I was not going to miss this. I was not going to miss this. Why? Because what you're seeing is revolutionizing how home-based businesses are being built around the world. And here's the line I want you to pay attention to. It's time for network marketing to evolve. Now, I have studied this industry for over 20 years. I speak for companies of all sorts when it comes to entrepreneurialism. This company that you're looking at right now is the company that I choose to publicly endorse on a global scale. Why? Because I believe, without question, this is the #1 home-based business opportunity on the planet. And here's why. I don't own 1 share in iBoomerang. I'm not an owner, but I act like one. I don't have any stock, any shares. I don't sit on the board of advisors, but I act like I do. I act like I own this company. Why? Because I want my share of where we're headed. I did not join iBoomerang for what it is today. I joined iBoomerang because where we're headed in the next 3 to 5 years. I am massively in go mode right now, building as many ambassadors, and you'll know what that is in just a second, with as many free customers, and you'll understand what I mean by that in just a second. And I am building right now, quick, fast, in a hurry, while people are still being told to stay home. Why? It's a home-based business. See, in the temperature of the climate that we are in right now around the world, even in the midst of this global pandemic, we are growing faster today than we were before the pandemic. Why? People are at home. When's the best time to share a home-based business? When people are at home. We are distracting people with positive energy, positive distractions by helping them implement a new income with a new opportunity that's absolutely growing at a record-breaking speed. We launched in 2019. There's a third-party company that does nothing but analyze the home-based business arena on a global scale. They know who the #1 company in the world is. They know who the last number company in the world is. They know who's creating the most volume and the most ranks and just creating massive momentum. And they know who's not. Study was done last year. The study was released 6 weeks ago. Guess who the fastest growing home-based business company in the world was for 2019? iBoomerang. For the first time ever, a ground floor opportunity, the year that it launched, is the fastest growing company in the world the year it launched. That's supposed to be the year that we go through hell. That's supposed to be the year where everything is crumbling and falling apart and we're putting it back together again. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. Listen, when you're a part of a ground floor opportunity, the good news is you're a part of the ground floor opportunity. The bad news is you're a part of a ground floor opportunity. So it is beta. You're going to have bumps and bruises, but it's those individuals that make it to the other side. Imagine if you had the opportunity to be a part of Yahoo before the whole world could spell it. Imagine being a part of Google during its infrastructure before the whole world could even spell it. Now imagine being a part of iBoomerang in its infrastructure stages, in infancy, before the whole world can spell it. It's time for network marketing to evolve. Traditionally in network marketing, they tell you buy this and go sell it to your family members and friends. Try my makeup, switch your family members and friends. Try my vitamins, switch your family members and friends. Try my makeup, my vitamins, my electricity, whatever it is, take it to your family members and friends and sell them on why they need to switch. Here's why the industry needs to evolve. It's time for the industry to stop telling everybody that anybody can do it. That's not true. Everybody can't sell their family members and friends to switch their toothpaste. The top level leaders can because they're salespeople. But you got to remember, home-based businesses are designed for everyday people, not just the people who are at the top or not just the people who can perform the best in sales. That's what has driven our industry for over 80 years until now. It's time for the network marketing industry to evolve. Imagine first-class consumer experiences for customers. Free customers. Free customers. Remember I said that. Success without selling for ambassadors. See, we're ambassadors of iBoomerang. You know what I love about iBoomerang? The vision of this company was thought of all the way from the first brick that was laid during the foundation, all the way until now and beyond. The fact that we are called ambassadors should tell you something about the visionary who launched our company, our CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs. What does that mean? We could have been distributors, like most companies. We could have been representatives, like most companies. But he said, no, we're going to call ourselves ambassadors. Why? Because the mere definition of an ambassador is one who champions a cause. So if you're an ambassador for Red Cross, that just basically means you champion the cause for Red Cross. We are ambassadors for iBoomerang, which means we champion the cause for iBoomerang, and we're financially incentivized to do so. So with all that being said, once you see this image, instantly right off the top, it already appears that we're talking 10 years ago. Just looking at a taxi cab. Looking at a taxi today automatically makes you look in the rearview mirror. Why? Taxis are a dying breed. Why? Because of technology. Technology that exists today allows you to do business with an everyday individual just because they have a car. That's where we're headed, people. Become a free customer, have access to a technology, and only purchase what you need when you need it. That's where the world is headed. That has never existed in home-based businesses until now. See, the rest of the home-based business arena is a taxi cab. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But where's Blockbuster's video right now? The #1 home rental movie company in the world. Thousands of stores around the world during our lifetime. I'm not talking 20 years ago. This is just recent. Blockbuster's video, thousands of stores, the #1 store in the world to rent a home, movie rental or a video game to go home and play. There's only one store left in the world. Why? Netflix. Netflix was thinking 10 years from now. Blockbusters was thinking We're the biggest in the world. Nobody's going to mess with us. And as a matter of fact, it was that arrogant thinking that caused them to say no when they could have bought Netflix. Netflix right now is probably 100 times larger and bigger and more profitable than Blockbusters ever was. And even in the midst of the pandemic, when everybody is at home, Netflix is soaring. Why? People are at home. So traditionally in the home-based business arena, traditional companies, they're dinosaurs. They're taxi cabs. We're Netflix. We're Amazon. We're Rideshare. We're the new technology. And we're moving along with it, and you're about to see how. In the modern era of home-based businesses, technology drives our opportunity. You make money only when your customers save money. Remember that statement. I'll talk about that in a few. You make money only when your company saves money. Technology to help our ambassadors succeed. Remember, traditionally in home-based businesses, only the top salespeople make the most money. You're going to see over here why we don't sell anything. We really don't sell anything when it comes to our product. We have a technology that does it for us. Before I talk about the technology, I want to talk about our visionary. We are launched by the CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs. Our company is 100% solid debt free, and Holton Buggs owns our company. Why is this important? Holton Buggs is seen as the Michael Jordan of network marketing. And I'm not saying that with exaggeration. I'm literally saying if there was a Michael Jordan of the network marketing industry, that's the man it would be. Why? He is the #1 highest paid living network marketer that made over $100 million in 10 years in one company, one opportunity, one compensation plan, and he was selling coffee. There's nobody else alive that can say that from the time they joined a company in 2009 and to the time they left the company to start their own company in 2019, made $100 million in commissions. Now, that's important. But what's even more important is understanding his history, to understand his fortitude to build this company. In 1990, as you can see, his first home-based business, he made $500 a month when he was building something for his first 7 years. Now, I don't know about you. There's absolutely nothing I want to do for 7 years that's going to make me $500 a month. I can't think of one thing I want to do. But he persevered. In 1997, he developed a formula and system to achieve rapid success. In 2009, he joins a company in the coffee industry. He helps that company become one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing network marketing company of its time. In that company, he created over 45 representatives that earned over $1 million. In that time period, he became the only person alive to make over $100 million in one company, one compensation plan, one product in 10 years. He walks away from that company because the vision was not as big as his, to start his own company in 2019. We launched in 2019, early March. It was a soft launch. We officially launched to the masses at the last weekend of August 2019. So we didn't even have an entire year to build with the rest of the home-based business companies. And although we didn't have an entire year to compete with them, we were #1 because of him, because of his vision, because of his drive. Now, I don't know about you, but I would trust somebody who knows the pain of a home-based business owner that's starting from scratch. I would trust somebody who knows the pain of fighting with their desire and passion to become successful. And 7 years later, he's only making $500 a month. He can relate to what we want. He can relate to where we're going. And that's why I follow him, because he knows what it feels like to be me. He knows what it feels like to be you. So with all that being said, he has put together the dream team. He went for the best of the best executives and technology experts, even from Silicon Valley, and brought them to Houston, Texas, and throughout Texas to help run this company. T. Gray is our VP of Operations. Mark Kitkart, VP of Marketing. David Manning, CEO of Extreme Travel. We'll talk about that in just a second. Peter Hurst, our Chief Giving Officer, and he loves it because he's super passionate about the fact that every single time we have a free customer who activates a boomerang, a child is fed. Every time we sign up a new ambassador, a child is fed. So we constantly on a daily basis are feeding thousands of children because of proper nutrition. And that comes from our Chief Giving Officer. My sponsor into iBoomerang, my good friend, known this guy for over 18 years, Mr. Edwin Haynes. He is the global master ambassador. And basically that means he's the first person in the company. So everybody in the company is a part of his organization, and he is a multi-million-dollar man himself. He has been working with Holton Bugs. He was side by side with Holton Bugs when Holton made over $100 million in 10 years. Edwin Haynes was right behind him. Massively successful. And then we got Lori Spears. She's the director of travel. She's our secret sauce to the travel world. And we'll talk about that in just a second. How will we bring this vision to the world? Well, it all starts with our product. Our product is the Prib. I'm going to slow down because I want you to see this. Because when I saw this for the first time, when I was talking to Holton Bugs and he told me he was going to launch his own company, I said, Holton, just because it's you, I want in on the first day you launch. Remember, I knew about Bitcoin when it was less than $1, and I said no. So when the number one man in the network marketing industry, the number one living person on the planet in home-based businesses starts his own company, I'm not going to do what I did with Bitcoin again. I said, I want to get in the first day you launch. Now, I knew I wasn't going to work the company for the first several months. I was too busy working on other projects. I was in the middle of writing a book. A lot of things I'm working on. But have you ever seen something that's growing with or without you and you start feeling like you're getting left behind? That happened to me in 2019. So on November the 2nd of 2019, I decided to go full-time into iBoomerang and put everything I have on hold. Best decision I've ever made in my business life because of the product that you're looking at right now. That orange circle, that pretty color orange circle has changed my life. Those beautiful blues and beautiful yellows and oranges and all that other stuff. This is our product. And you may be saying, Johnny, okay, hold on, slow down, brother. What do you mean this is your product? It's just a circle. It's just a circle to you. In the next 20 minutes, it will no longer be just a circle because this is our product. It's a technology. It's our perpetual residual income builder. Perpetual because it never stops working. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. While I'm talking to you, the Prib is working for me in over 70 countries around the world, literally while I'm talking to you. Residual, because the money comes every month, whether you want it or not. As long as you have customers, as long as your team is growing, you're going to get a residual income. And the builder is because the Prib builds your team. The Prib nurtures your team. Why? It studies data and analytics. It's artificial intelligence. It's a world-class people power machine. How can the Prib support you? Your customers, upselling to your customers, selling to your customers, following up, welcoming your team members, orientation, training, upgrades, events, retention. It does all the work that I'm used to doing building home-based businesses. Now the Prib does it for me. Now, I want to slow down just a little bit to talk to you about this. The power of the Prib will change your life. Here's another way to look at the Prib. Do you remember, does anybody remember how Amazon.com started? I'm asking, you could type it. I want to see your answer. How did Amazon.com start? Exactly. Books. Books. Amazon.com started with one product and it was books. That was it. You could download a book, you can order a book at some point, and they would ship the book to your house. The biggest, largest company on the planet today only started with books. Why? Why did they start with books? Did Mr. Bezos want to educate the world? No, that's not why he started with books. Did he care what you were reading? He could care less what you were reading. If you wanted to order a book on murder mystery, by all means, go for it. If you want to order a book on traveling to the most beautiful destinations on the planet, go ahead. If you want to order a book about history, go ahead. Astrology, go ahead. Home-based businesses, whatever you want. Feed your appetite. And do you know what Amazon was doing for the first 5 years that we didn't know? And it's so brilliant. Free customers to be a part of Amazon. Free customers. When you look at the fastest growing companies in the world today, they're all driven by free customers. Instagram, Facebook, social media, free customers. Rideshare apps, free customers. So what does that mean? When Amazon launched, he knew he was going to put a technology in place to study his customers. And that technology is called an algorithm. We call it the PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Why? Because when Amazon started with their algorithm, it was nothing more but to study the customers to learn what they like. See, if I know what you like, I know what to sell you. But we don't sell anything. Amazon doesn't sell anything to you. You don't have a representative calling your house saying, hey, how would you like to buy a vacuum today? No, that's not how it works. You get 0 phone calls, but you're going to spend money. You know why? Because they're only going to advertise things to you that you're interested in. Well, how do they know what you're interested in? Your books told them your personality. When you read books, even if you don't order the book, if you search for a book and you spend enough time searching for that book, they know you are interested in that topic. That's how they know what to sell us. Have you ever realized we've never been mad at Amazon? And this is crazy coming from me because I hate junk mail. I hate spam. And I don't like the word hate, but I hate unwanted, solicited mail. Can't stand it. Why don't I feel that way about Amazon? Because Amazon only shows Johnny what Johnny wants to see. Amazon doesn't talk about makeup to me because I don't want to talk about makeup. But you know what they do want to show me? Like yesterday, I was buying bar stools. I was buying a new couch for this room. You know what? Amazon knows I'm redecorating right now. So now they're showing me everything that's going to make my house beautiful. It doesn't offend me because that's the mindset that I'm in right now. That is called an algorithm. An algorithm knows your mindset based on your habits and based on your activities and based on your searches. The PRIB is our algorithm. The difference is we're going to financially incentivize you to put customers into the PRIB. Amazon won't pay you anything when you refer somebody to download their app. That's not their business model. Their business model is to be an access point of technology to their customers. Their business model is to know their customers and know what their customers need, even sometimes before the customer knows they need it. It's called an algorithm. The PRIB is an algorithm. The PRIB is a technology. The PRIB is going to study your customers. What customers? I'm glad you asked. The first vertical that goes into the PRIB, the first thing that we are rolling out in iBoomerang is a travel website. It's a website. The iGo website is where you can go book travel live. Now here it is. Only an ambassador. I'm an ambassador. The person who invited you to this presentation, they are ambassadors. Only an ambassador can throw you a boomerang that you can activate for free and become a free customer. And once you activate it, you're a free customer inside the PRIB. Anything that you do inside the PRIB, the ambassador that referred you and put you in the PRIB is financially incentivized. Why? Because they brought you to the PRIB. Imagine if you were financially incentivized every single time that someone clicked a button on Facebook because they are in Facebook because of you. That's not their business model. They don't pay you to build Facebook. They distract you with fun. And while we were having fun building Facebook, we created the world's youngest billionaire at the time, named Mark Zuckerberg. He's not going to share the wealth with us. It's not the business model. Holton Bugs will, because the business model is a home-based business. So the first vertical that goes into the crib is travel. Why? Travel is the sexiest product on the planet. Travel is the most friendly conversation product to have in the world. Everybody wants to talk about traveling. As a matter of fact, you'd rather be traveling somewhere right now exotic than talking to me. That's how I know that people want to travel. So we're starting with travel the same way Amazon started with books. Do you think it's easier for us to study our free customers based on where they want to travel or based on what they want to read? Think about it. This is the thinking of Holton Bugs. Holton Bugs says, if we know where they want to travel, we know their personality. If we know the time of year they like to travel, if we know how many family members are traveling with them, if we know that they're traveling for business, we know what hotels they're staying in, we know what restaurants they're eating at. We really don't know. The Prib knows, because every single customer that you bring into the Prib is attached to you. You don't ever need to go know where they're going. You don't need to know when they book. You don't need to know when they're eating. You don't need to know anything. The Prib knows, and the Prib pays you every time they consume. We start with travel. Why? Travel is the sexiest industry in the planet. And you may say, Johnny, nobody's traveling right now. An entrepreneur would say, good. That means we're in the right place at the right time. Anytime you can get positioned before a major wave that's going to happen and there's nothing you can do to stop it, get positioned. See, I could have got positioned before Bitcoin had a big wave, but I didn't believe that it was going to work. And that belief or lack of has cost me hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not going to have that problem when it comes to this. Why? Because while the whole world is being told to stay home, we're building. We're building. We're putting customers into the Prib. Customers are already starting to search for where they want to travel. The Prib is already starting to learn the customer. So when the customer goes to Miami and South Beach and they get off the airplane and drive down to South Beach, we know they're there. So we're going to advertise to them discounts on hotels and local things that are in that area that they can benefit from. And when they click the button and make the purchase, you get paid. Do you hear what I just said? We're using travel as the door to the Prib to learn our customers' habits and personalities very fast, so we know what to market them and how to market them and what part of the year to market to them. Our first year, 12 months, we did over 500,000 customers inside the Prib. Imagine if 1% of that were your customers. Keep that number in your head. 10%. Want to go crazy? Do 10%, 50,000 customers. But even if it was only 1% part of your team, that'd be 5,000 customers. And everything they do is traced back to you, even if you didn't get them. It could be somebody that you told, that told somebody, that told somebody, that told somebody, that turned into 500 customers, and that's linked back to you as well. And it flows up in commissions. Do I have your attention? So why travel? Travel is the largest industry in the world. $8 trillion a year industry, 8 trillion with a T. 5 of the world's largest industries on the planet. I'm going to give you 3. 3 of the 5. Food, oil and gas, pharmaceutical sales. Those are 3 of the 5 largest industries in the world. Number 1 is travel. If you add up food, pharmaceuticals, and oil and gas, add all 3 of them up, it still doesn't equal to what travel does on an annual basis. Now, travel is ran by 2 booking engines on the internet. They own the market. Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. If you're on booking.com or kayak.com, you're on the exact same website. It just looks different. If you're on Expedia Group, if you're on Priceline or Expedia, same website, looks different. These two companies own 45 websites that basically own the booking engine market. And they do $190 billion alone in 2018. Their business model is to profit on the booking of travel. That's not our business model. So they're not our competitors. Our business model is to give our customers, our free customers who are inside the Prib, the best prices on the market when they book. We are so confident that we have the best prices when you book that we'll give you 110% guarantee of the difference if you book something at a better price. So it's kind of almost like we paid you to go on a trip. That's how confident we are. Now, remember, we are not in the business to make money on the booking of travel. We make money when our customers are satisfied because they save money. We pass the savings on to our free customers because we don't mark it up. All booking engines mark it up because they're in business to make a profit. We're not in the business to make a profit on travel. We're in the business to get as many customers into our Prib as possible. And the only way we can get more customers is when customers start bragging about how much money they're saving. And the more money our customers save, the more money the ambassadors make. Do I have your attention? This is why I believe it's the best opportunity on the planet, because we only make money when our free customers save money. Typically in home-based businesses, you only make money when your customers spend more money. We make money when our customers spend less money. It's brilliant. Here's examples. These are real examples, side-by-side examples. New York City, 4.5-star hotel. The first image is a screenshot of Expedia. Same hotel, same everything on our iGo platform. iBoomerang has the iGo platform. So iGo is what we use as the door technology to get customers faithful to the Prib. So we have to make sure they're saving money so they'll be more faithful to be inside the Prib. And our first vertical that we're rolling out in the Prib is travel. So on the iGo platform, you can see that this person saved $161 on their first booking. I don't know if it's their first booking, but on their booking. It's a real person. They get an email when they book. And the booking says, "Thank you for your booking with us. Please find your reservation below. The total cost of your reservation is $450. Please note the description of your payment, Congratulations, you saved $1,341 and earned 510 reward points." So not only are our free customers saving money, they're earning points to use for their next booking. You guys starting to see this? This person saved $161 average per night. Why am I emphasizing how much they saved? That's $1,300 they saved on the entire hotel. 50% of that is paid back up into commissions. So we get paid on the savings. Let me sidetrack just for a second. I have been in home-based business in the travel space for over 12 years. I've done over $1 billion in revenue, home-based business, travel, since before 2019. I've done $1 billion. Ask me how much money I've made on the booking of travel before joining iBoomerang. Zero. Why? It is illegal for any company to pay a commission to anybody for the booking of travel unless you're a travel agent. So you have to be a licensed travel agent to legally make commissions on the booking of travel. So they can't pay us on the booking of travel. Holton Bugg says, remember, genius, Michael Jordan of network marketing. He goes to his attorneys and he says, "Can we pay commissions on the savings of travel?" The attorney said, "Nobody's ever asked that before. We'll call you back." I called back in about an hour and they said, "Mr. Buggs, I don't know why you would want to do that, but yes, you can pay commissions on the savings of travel." Voila. This is what he did. Look at the second example, Paris, France. Same everything. $310 savings per night. The reason I'm focused on the savings and not how much it's costing the customer, because I don't get paid on what the customer spends. I get paid on what the customer saves. Look at the rental car. Same thing, side by side, same everything. Rentalcar.com, I go. $171 savings. I get paid on the savings. So here's what I want you to understand. We start with travel. We give people access to 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. The core services of the iGo platform is hotels, car rentals, cruises, flights, homes, getaways, weekend getaways, the marketplace getaways, timeshare ownerships. But I want you to focus on what's right next to that. Additional lifestyle savings, activities, and rewards and savings. Now, as you're looking at each one of these categories, think like an entrepreneur, not a consumer. A consumer says, oh my God, we're going to save money on shore excursions. That's exciting. But think like an entrepreneur. What else does that mean? That means the PRIB, the algorithm, knows what your excursions you like. They know what theme parks you like to go to. They know your outdoor activities, which tell us your personality. They know you like to play golf. They know where you like to play golf, what time of the year you like to play golf. We know all this about you because you're using the product. This empowers us to make sure the PRIB only markets to you what you want to see. That's what Amazon did for the last 20 years. And they're the fastest growing company in the world today. And they'll never share a profit with you. It's not their business model. You see that car down there that says Vibe on it? We're going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to give you an example of how the iGo platform works for ambassadors and even how it works for, customers. And this particular example that you're looking at right here, sorry, when you're, this particular example that you're looking at right here, look at the words at the very bottom to the right. 50% is paid to the referring ambassador as a direct travel savings bonus. Now, people are saying nobody's traveling right now. Well, I wish that were true because that means you're home and you're safe, but it's not true. Pull out your phone right now and do a Google search for interactive live flight maps. There are thousands of airplanes in the sky right now over every continent, taking people somewhere. And I'm amazed by that, but it's still happening. On the 20th of every month, we get paid commissions on a residual basis, and that's when we get paid our travel savings bonus. The 20th was last Monday. We get paid on Monday and we get paid on the 20th. So it was a double payday for us. We got paid on our travel bonuses. We got paid on our weekly bonuses. We got paid on our fast start bonuses, and we got paid on our residual pay on the same day. I saw commissions that I was paid on people who traveled. I don't know who they are. I'll never know who they are. I don't have access to them. As a matter of fact, one thing that we say off the top is, please do not talk to your customers. We don't want you developing a relationship with your customers. We don't want you selling them anything. We don't want you talking to them. Let the PRIB do all the work. I have no idea where those people went. I have no idea how I got paid on them. It doesn't matter. The PRIB did the work for me, and everything they do is traced back to me. 35% is paid back up in commissions. Look at the example. Let's say you have a customer that saves $212. Look at the boomerang. A boomerang, what happens? You throw a boomerang with the hopes that it comes back to you, right? So when you throw a boomerang out and a customer activates it and they become a lifelong free customer, anything they do inside the PRIB is traced back to you. Here's an example. This customer saved $212. If you were the ambassador that threw the boomerang to that customer, you would have made $106 in travel savings bonuses. You knew nothing was going on. You did not help them book it. You had no idea they were booking it, and you still got paid. That's what I want you to focus on. That's what I want you to understand, the reality of where we're headed. The customer acquisition model will make us the fastest growing home-based business company on the planet. Why? Because all of our customers are free customers. Johnny, how much does it cost to become a free customer? It's free. How do I build with free customers? It's free. What if they say no? It's free. We're going to become the world's fastest growing opportunity in the world because of free customers. Look at this. The average savings, let's say you have 10 customers that you brought on. You threw 10 boomerangs got activated. Let me give you an example. Let's say you threw 11 boomerangs and only 10 people activated them. That 11th person never activated. That boomerang comes back to you, goes back into your inventory, and you can use it again for someone else. But once they activate the boomerang, they have access. They're a free customer for life. So say you have 10 customers and they save an average of $600 a year on travel. Look over here and look at how much money you would have made. 10 customers who save 600, that's $6,000 in annual savings. You would have made $3,000 on free customers who traveled that year. So my question to you is, how many customers do you want to have? Let me tell you my first experience using the iGo platform, and I'm going to be extremely transparent with you and very open. The first time I used my iGo platform, I did not want to use it. Why? It's like learning something new. It's just human nature. You want to go back to what you're used to, right? But there's another reason. I'm the highest level you can be with American Express. So I normally would use American Express Travel because I get better benefits than anybody else could offer. So I was on American Express website about to book a hotel in Manhattan. Get this, I'm flying to Manhattan for the first time to go do a presentation for iBoomerang. There are more people watching me right now at home than I had people show up in person. That's how I know it's building faster, because we're building from home. So I flew to New York, but before I flew, I used my iGo platform to search the same hotel that I was looking at on American Express. And I didn't even care if it was cheaper. I just wanted to use my platform to book it so I could tell a testimony from stage. I booked it on iGo platform. I saved $2,200 from what American Express was offering. $2,200 on my first booking. My first booking. Now look, this is an example of somebody who saved $600 for the entire year. I saved $2,200 on one booking at a 5-star hotel in the middle of Manhattan, 5 days, basically $400 or $500 a night in savings. Now, the person who brought me into iBoomerang got a commission for $1,100. I want that to sink in. I want you to understand we get paid on savings. So here's another example when you start building a team of ambassadors. Let's say you have 50 ambassadors that you brought to iBoomerang. And let's just say it takes you 6 months to find 50 people who become ambassadors. And let's say all 50 of those individuals have 10 customers, free customers, before the end of the year. And let's just say the average customer, that means you have 500 customers in your team. You only told 10, you have 500 total. Because why? 50 ambassadors who tell 10. That's 500 customers. It's not even including who you told. $600 average savings, 500 customers. That's $20,000 in income you would make on the average savings. That's just average savings. My first saving was way above average. That's $1,700 a month in residual income on free customers. Residual, why? Because the PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder, it's building it for you. It's communicating with your customers for you. So let's just say one of my customers went online and they booked a flight to Los Angeles. Guess what the PRIB is going to do? The PRIB is going to show them the best deals on hotels in Los Angeles because you're going to Los Angeles. So the PRIB does the work. Now here's something that's keeping a lot of people awake at night right now. The second vertical that's going into the PRIB is the rideshare. Holton Buggs, as crazy as he is, purchased his own rideshare company that he owns 100%. It's a 100% solid debt-free company. And you got to understand, the reason we will never have a competitor in this space is because the cost to start a rideshare company for a home-based business company, it costs more to start a rideshare company than it does to launch a home-based business opportunity. But you're talking about the $100 million man himself. 100% solid debt-free. Holton owns 100% of this. Here's why. We start with the PRIB leading with travel. Remember, 500,000 customers the first year. All those customers are inside the PRIB. So all those customers have access to the iGo platform. And we send emails to the customers based on what they like and what they want to see, because we're learning them. The next vertical number 2 that's going into the Prib, is Vibe Rides. Why? Rideshare is the fastest growing segment of transportation in the world. So Holton wants to participate at the top of everything. He doesn't want to play around being number 10, number 11, number 20. He wants to go right for the top. Rideshare is the fastest growing industry in the world. So we're joining it. Why? 98 million rideshare passengers right now as we speak have downloaded an app so they can hit a button and a car comes and picks them up. 5.3 million drivers on the roads right now and growing, making part-time income, working whenever they want to work. The rideshare industry is $24.4 billion a year. That's the transportation industry, which is a $1.2 trillion a year industry. So we're playing at the top. So why would anybody want to drive or ride with Vibe Rides versus the other rideshare companies? Number one reason, you're looking at it. You have 3 ways to earn money. How much money do you make when somebody takes a rideshare right now and you're the one that referred them? 0. I don't care about those other apps. They will never pay you a dime every time a customer gets in their car. We will. You earn when you drive. Many of our ambassadors are also becoming Vibe Ride drivers. Why? Make money from home. Make money from home while you're driving. It's a home-based business. You earn when others drive. You can recruit other drivers. If I recruit a driver, every drive that they take, I make money. It doesn't take away anything from them, but I make money. Earn when your customers ride. Any customer that downloads the app that I give them, if I give them my link and they download the app, they are traced back to me for life. They are connected to me for life. Why? The Prib does all the work. So every time they take a ride, I get paid. Every time a driver drives, I get paid. Every time a driver recruits another driver, I get paid. Every time a rider recruits another rider, I get paid, just like you will. So here's the question. How many drivers do you want to have in your team? Well, Johnny, I don't know how to recruit drivers. Don't recruit them. Don't sell them. Just learn one question. And I did this when I was in Houston, Texas, back in February of this year. I was in the back seat. I called a ride using one of the other services. The ride picks me up. I'm headed to a convention, and I asked the driver this: how much money do you make when you're not driving? And the the driver says, what? How much money does your rideshare company pay you when you're not driving? He says, nothing. No driver makes money unless they're driving with a passenger in the car. What if I could show you how to get paid when you're not driving? That's all you got to say. Every time I've said that, at least 3 times during my drive, the driver will say, will you please remember to contact me? Please remember to send me that link. What they don't know is I've already sent it to them. I've already sent it to them, and the Prib has already started doing the work. So when they pull over and look at their phone, the Prib has already started working on them becoming a driver. It's amazing. The Prib does all the work. Here's an example of a $100 fare breakdown for any driver. So this is just an example of what would happen to one of our drivers. Go to the left. The driver takes a fare for $100. That driver would make $75. Now, drivers are already used to that. That's what they're used to making. Our prices, our commissions for the drivers may be a little bit more, but it's really not enough to make a difference to brag about. The bottom line is, the bragging point is, they make money for recruiting other drivers. They make 0 with who they're with right now. So a driver with a $100 fare, the driver would make $75. The driver if I referred that driver, I would make $3 on that ride, and I had no idea the ride ever existed. I don't have access to the customer. I don't have access to where they were dropped off. I don't have access to where they were picked up. I know nothing. The Prib just pays me. Now go to your right. Oh, look at the very top. There's a drive share pool. So this is how we're going to be able to recruit a lot of drivers, because they're going to make money when they're not driving, and they're going to participate in a share pool. The other companies will never do that. So why would a driver add Vibe rides to their portfolio? Because we don't care how many rideshare companies they have. They could be a part of 20 of them. We're going to love them for who they are with Vibe rides. We don't compete with the other companies. We don't want the other companies to go out of business. We need them to stay in business because they help recruit and train drivers for us. All we got to do is say, hey, we know you understand the rideshare community. You understand the rideshare industry. Download this app, become one of our drivers. You already know how it works, but this time we're going to show you how to make money when you're not driving. Go up the other side. If you're just a rider and I referred that rider, every ride they take, I get paid. I would make $3 because I referred that driver, that rider. So not only can somebody who's driving a rideshare with Vibe rides make money when they drive, make money when they refer other drivers, and they make money when they refer other riders. And our app is designed in a way that they can choose their vibe. What does that mean, choose your vibe? What do you want the air conditioner to be on? What music do you want playing? Do you want a male or female driver? These are features that are already in place if you go download the app right now. Well, Johnny, when's Vibe Ride coming to my city? I don't know, but we're coming. Well, Johnny, how do we know when they're coming? I don't know, but we're coming. This is ground floor, guys. This is beta. Right now, the beta test for Vibe has been released in Houston, Texas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas, Orlando, Florida, as well as Miami area. Why? We're testing those markets. We're recruiting drivers in those markets. We are getting riders in those markets as we're perfecting our technology. Now, when's the best time to get on an airplane? On the ground or in the air? If you want to wait for Vibe rides to come to your city before you join us, trust me, you're going to be at the end of the line, because we're going to be recruiting drivers in your area, whether you join us or not. We are coming. It's better to get on an airplane when it's on the ground. We're coming, people, and we're inviting you to be a part of the PRIB. So again, I asked you a question in the very beginning. Do you boomerang? And now it's your opportunity to say, yes, I boomerang, or yes, I boomerang, and I just want to be a customer. If you just want to be a customer, we love you for that. If you want to be an ambassador, that's why I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to people who want to start a home-based business with the #1 fastest growing home-based business company in the world, Boomerang Smart Codes. This is just an example of the high level technology that we are already using, already in place. Remember, I told you when I'm in the back seat of a car and somebody's driving me, I'll ask them, how much money do you make when you're not driving with your rideshare company? I'm like, nothing, I'm not driving. Nobody makes money when they're not driving. What if I could show you how to make money when you're not driving? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm sending you a code right now. What's your mobile phone number or email address, whatever you feel comfortable with. They'll give me their phone number. I'll text them. When they look at their phone, that's going to be waiting for them. There's going to be a link or a code. And when they activate that code, when they download it, when they activate it, they are traced back to me for life. So when they become a driver, even if it's 2 years from now, they hit that code, they become my driver. They're locked into me. Now, let's take it to another level. Let's say you owned a restaurant and your code was on every napkin at the bar of your restaurant. And your napkin just basically said, download this app for your first ride with Vibe Rides and get a discount. Now the owner of the bar is making money when the customers leave. Think like an entrepreneur, people. Imagine making money above and beyond what you're doing right now with the faithfulness of free customers. This is iBoomerang, guys. I'm showing you this slide for a reason, not because I want you to understand what you're looking at. It's impossible for you to understand what you're looking at, and I don't have time to explain it. But what I do want to explain is this. Holton Buggs, our founder. Remember, Holton Buggs is one of us. He comes from the streets, the hardcore streets of home-based businesses. He was the guy that would knock on your door to sell you something. That's how he got started. So he knows the hardcore streets of home-based businesses. He knows the hardcore streets of recruiting and acquiring customers. He understands that most companies figure out a way to pay you less. So he walks into a room in February when he's speaking to all of his diamonds, which are high-level leaders in the company. I was in the room. And he literally says this: gentlemen and ladies, how would you like a pay raise? We think he's going to give us a challenge. We're like, yeah, I want a pay raise. I want a pay raise. We think he's going to give us a challenge. And then he says, you just got it. I'm implementing a fast start accelerator bonus for every single person in the company, and it's available to you right now. Why? Why would you pay us more money when you didn't even have to? We were happy. That's Holton Bogues. That story that I just told you is the essence of our owner. He's figuring out ways to pay us more money when most companies are figuring out ways to save money so they can stay in business. That's the owner. Guys, we're at the right place at the right time. This is what happens when you build your dual team bonus. The dual team bonus is paid on a weekly basis. Every week, every Monday night, we get paid for what happened the week before. Here's what happens. You have a left team, you have a right team. You don't have to understand this. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say on your left team, you had 10 ambassadors and you had 10 ambassadors on your right team. And all of those ambassadors got 10 ambassadors apiece. Do you understand? That's 100 ambassadors on your left and 100 ambassadors on your right. 10 who gets 10. And let's just say 100 customers come from those 100 people. That would be 200 customers in your organization. Let's say that each ambassador got 10 customers apiece. Now you're in the thousands. You can understand this can build and grow faster than you can even imagine. Why? Because you're not setting up appointments to go sell somebody something and they're going to try it for 30 days. And if they lose weight, they're going to become a faithful customer. No, it's a free customer. I don't have to meet with you in person. I can send you a link. You download the app, you activate the boomerang, you're my customer for life. It's the absolute most simplest building I've ever seen in my life. So with that being said, in order for you to become an ambassador with us, we all start out with the exact same thing. It's $49, basically $50 to get started. And then you look at what level you want to join. Do you want to be a coach member, business class member, first class member? I'm gonna go through this real quick. If you're a coach class member and iBoomerang, you get access to the iGo booking engine, just like your free customer does. But you get hotels and flights and rental cars. You get 10 boomerangs. You get 50% that you can make on your travel savings bonuses. You're a coach class member. It's $250 to become a coach class member. Now let's go to business class. Business class, you get everything that coach class got, but now you get access to cruises. You get 25 boomerangs instead of 10. You get 100% of your travel savings bonus on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. 100%. So just because you come in business class, you gave yourself a huge raise on the commissions you can make your first 30 days. You get 12% commissions in your weekly dual team compensation plan. You get access to VIP level 2 reservations, 1 week pre-sale. Basically, in a nutshell, I want you to focus on the boomerangs. The boomerangs alone justify the cost to me, because you get 10 boomerangs. That means you can get 10 customers. 25 boomerangs means you get 25 customers. Remember the example that we gave you with 10 customers, saving $600 each? That you would make $3,000 in commissions. Now double it, more than double it, because now you have 25 boomerangs, which allows you to get 25 free customers. Well, Johnny, what happens when I run out of boomerangs? You can go into your back office and order more. For the cost of a boomerang to acquire a customer, it's pennies on the dollar when you look at what happens when you acquire the customer. The customer becomes your customer for life, and anything that they consume inside the crib, you get paid on it again and again and again. Now, I'm a business person, so I'm first class. I went all in first class the first day I joined. Why? I get everything. I don't have to wait for anything. I get everything. I get access to everything, and I get a higher level of commissions on day one. I get everything that business class has. I also get access to homes, weekend getaways, the marketplace, lifestyle benefits, as well as timeshare benefits. I don't have to own a timeshare, but I get access to them. I also get 50 boomerangs. That means I have more inventory to get more free customers. I have 121 free customers right now while I'm talking to you. I've never met any of them. I don't know who they are. I send them a boomerang, they activate it, boom. If I send them a boomerang and they don't activate it, that comes back to me. I can give you 24 hours to activate it. I can give you 30 days to activate it. If you don't activate it when I tell you to activate it, it comes back to me. Why? That's my inventory. I don't want to give away my inventory to people who won't take it serious. They are free customers, but it's valuable to me. So I'm only going to give my boomerangs out to individuals that are free customers and they want to use the product. So while I'm talking to you right now, I have 111 boomerangs that I have access to in my inventory. I have made a commitment to myself that anybody in my team that catches me with less than 100 boomerangs, I give them a challenge. I'm not going to give you the challenge right now because everybody who's watching me is not on my team. But I give them a challenge. Why? Because I want to prove to them how much of a businessman I am. And a businessman should always have inventory. And I always have over 100 boomerangs in my account at all times. When I get to 99 boomerangs, I'll buy 25 more for pennies on the dollar. But that's how serious I am about acquiring the most customers than anybody else in iBoomerang. That's my attitude. So it's $1,000 to become first class. Just the increase in commissions that you get on day one makes it worth it. The amount of boomerangs that you get on the first day makes it worth it. If I were you, I would take a serious look at first class. Honestly, I don't care how you come in. We just want you to come in. The person who invited you here, they wanted you to see an absolute real opportunity. Now, before I bring somebody else on who's a special guest, and listen, this lady that I'm about to bring on is the absolute most famous person in iBoomerang right now in the world. Why? She just made an achievement that nobody else has done on her level. She's new. We're all new. But she joined us, I believe, in November. I'm going to let her tell her story before she does. iBoomerang cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn any money with our program, information, tools, or strategies. What you put into this business is what you're going to get out. It's like joining a gym membership. If you join a gym and you pay your monthly fee and you never go to the gym, you can never blame the gym for not giving you the benefits that were available to you. Everything that we have to offer in iBoomerang is available to me, just like it's available to you. If I treat it like a business and you treat it like a hobby, obviously I'm going to reap the rewards because I treat it like a business. Now, here's what I want to do. I am going to kill the screen share and I am going to go live. I'm going to search for her just real quick. And anybody in our company, you already know who this is. And if you're not excited, I am. Mrs. Martha Ermaeus, are you there?
Hi, I'm here, Mr. Johnny Wimbry. Thanks for having me here.
My sister, first, let me tell you, this is my first time being able to see you face to face. The whole world is listening to you right now. The whole world is watching you right now. You just made a major achievement in our company today that only 3 other people in the world have done. You're at the top. You made history. And you are the only female blue diamond in the company. And there's only 3 blue diamonds in the history of iBoomerang. And you are one of them. If you can tell us your quick story, and I congratulate you, the whole world is celebrating you right now. But listen to me, girl. You made history. And I'm extremely proud of you. If you could tell the people your background, and I have a couple questions after that, but just kind of give them your quick testimony of what has happened to you since joining iBoomerang.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, Johnny, for having me. I'm super excited of what has happened in the last 6 months since I joined iBoomerang. So just to give a little bit of a background, I'm actually from a different country. I'm from a country called Eritrea. Came to the US 20 years ago, looking for better growth opportunities. Went to school here and started a job at a community college, became an assistant dean. 5 years ago, the network marketing industry found me. And I really liked it because it was something where I could actually start a business part-time without really leaving my job. So there was really low risk. And But what I really loved about my 5-year journey in the industry is really the growth that I was able to experience as a person, personal development, and also becoming an entrepreneur. It was a training field for me. And I really fell in love with the personal development, became a personal development coach last year, and started a business that way, and it took off. So I was actually completely busy, started a new business, and I was totally busy when I saw iBoomerang by my good friends Alex and Jennifer, which I truly respect. And the only reason I saw it is because they're 7-figure industry earners that I totally respect. And they told me that they left their company to start with iBoomerang with Holton bags. So those words kind of like, made me really curious. I said, wait a second, what are they doing? I thought Holton was into coffee. So I came here. And what I really loved about it is the fact that, there were 5 things actually that really attracted me. The fact that it's a startup company, but it's not owned by a startup people. It's 30 years of experience. It's a global company. Just like you said, Johnny, it's a fun conversation to have. I love travel. Everybody loves travel, and the system that's in place that I knew that if I started here, then my team can win. And the last 6 months, that's actually what has happened. I am really honored to achieve this position. I've never achieved this level of success ever in my life. So I'm totally honored and humbled by that. But most importantly, there's so many people following my footsteps in my team just in 6 years, in 6 months. None of them. I had a little bit of experience in network marketing, but the people that are achieving higher ranks right now in my team don't have any experience in network marketing. So I am super blessed for iBoomerang, what iBoomerang has done for us. And I just look forward to the future for sure.
Congratulations. I am so proud of you. Just one more question, maybe a couple more questions. So you joined iBoomerang right around November, October of 2019?
Yes.
Which happens to be right around the same time where I went public and went to work.
Yes.
So you have been involved with network marketing, home-based businesses before, but you've never achieved the level of success of which you're achieving right now.
No, not at all.
Can I just ask you open question since we're friends?
Sure.
Have you ever made 6 figures in any one given year in network marketing?
No.
You've never made 6 figures in 1 year?
No.
How does it feel to know for a fact that you're going to make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, your first year in iBoomerang?
It's unbelievable. I feel like I'm in a dream sometimes. It's crazy.
What would you say the difference is? Like, you come from traditional network marketing. Remember I said it's time for a change?
Mm-hmm.
It has to evolve. You weren't successful in terms of where you would want to be in those older companies.
Yeah.
Why, what you wasn't able to do there, you were able to come over here and do it in 6 months. What you never accomplished in 5 years, you did it 6 months over here. What's the difference?
Well, even in my first network marketing, I'm a hard worker and I worked hard, but I feel like what failed me there. I had some level of success, but it wasn't what I thought I could. The reason is because my team struggled, and in network marketing, it's not what you do; it's what you do together with your team. So it wasn't for a lot of people it was difficult, and it's because when you have to convince somebody to do something, unless you are like a professional salesperson, it's not easy. And I think 97% of the population are not salespeople. So, they would have to be trained as salespeople to be able to do that. And what helps in iBoomerang is the fact that we're just doing what we naturally do, which is give out free links. To be honest, when I was in my old company, the hardest thing to do was get customers. And when I came in iBoomerang, I don't know, it's out of habit. I thought it was the same thing. So it surprises me how we actually, get customers within like a week, 20 customers. It seems unreal because our customers come from, really free. So I think that's really the main thing my team is able to win. It's not hard for them to give out free boomerangs. And when they're winning, then I can win. So
One final question. How does it, someone's watching right now and they're thinking to themselves, I will wait until this pandemic is over before I start a business. The majority of the growth of your organization and your rank, I saw you go from one of our low level high ranks, which Sapphire is very respectful rank, all the way to Blue Diamond during the pandemic. Like, you are growing faster right now than you were before the pandemic. You have people who joined your team in March of 2020 that is already hitting Emerald, which is one of the top levels in our comp plan. In March, towards the end of April, they're hitting high levels. They join, some of them having no industry background. I've met many of them. None, no industry background. But your energy, your leadership, you're getting people to the highest level in the midst of a pandemic. So what would you say to that person, that single mother who's watching right now, that father who just lost his job, doesn't know if they're ever going to be able to work for their company again? What do you say to that person who's watching right now that's thinking, I'm excited, this looks good, but I need to wait until I can see the future?
Yeah. And I totally understand. A lot of people are afraid right now, and they want to be sure what the future holds for them, so they're not moving. But we've been able to help people understand that actually this is an opportunity for them to really work the business, because a lot of people, what are they doing right now? They're just at home, really, and they could utilize their time to produce income, because they don't know what the future holds. So the best thing to do is actually really take action. And I want to tell you a story that happened a couple of days ago. I don't even know if she's here with us, but she just started her iBoomerang business just yesterday. She told me I actually used my stimulus money that I got from the government to get started. And that she's a single mom. And what she told me was, my daughter is 7, and I've been running around trying to drive Uber and things like that, raising her. And for the first time, I'm at home and I'm spending time with her. And I realized I don't know my daughter. I actually started to get to know her now, and I'm enjoying it. And I don't want this to change. So she actually put the money that she get from the government into a business. She just got started with that. So my advice for anybody who's evaluating this opportunity is to be honest. Well, first of all, and I'm going to say from my own opinion, this is the lowest risk anybody can take to start a business. The money's not that much at all, because if we're talking business, it does cost a lot. So you pretty much almost cannot fail in this. So, it's actually by starting a business now, we're actually taking control over our future, because the future nobody knows. And again, travel industry is definitely going to be the next big thing. As soon as I can't wait to travel. So that's really I really can't. So it's I don't know. We're just in the right place, the right time with the right people, and great things are happening. So,
Martha, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've helped in between 30 to 40 people make over $1 million in this industry. I've been a part of their lives. Most of them were broke when I met them. I have never in 20 years seen anyone do what you've done in the last 90 days. And I say that with the utmost due respect. You motivated me. You have motivated the world. And there is no question, Martha is the most famous name in iBoomerang in the world right now. Not just because she hit the highest level rank in our comp plan that only 3 other people in the world has ever achieved. It's because how many people she has brought with her up the ladder, and how many success stories you have duplicated in the midst of a crisis. You're Mother Teresa, man. Like, you are saving lives. You are interrupting people from a crisis and getting them to focus on positive things. It is because of you that I have made it my God-given obligation to introduce people to iBoomerang, because we are distracting people from the crisis while helping them become successful. And even if it's not successful today, it's successful steps that they are making to to become successful in the future. And that's the heartbeat of Holton Bugs. That's the heartbeat of our company. So if you will, I want everybody, take a screenshot and tag me at Wembry. Get me and Martha's face next together. Put your face next to Martha and tell the world that you were live with the one and only first female blue diamond in the history of iBoomerang, and one of the only 3 blue diamonds in the world. You have her right here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. There's another presentation tonight at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's going to be another presentation. So you could join right now, and you have 3.5 hours to invite people to the next presentation. The person who invited you out here, they will get that information to you. If you can't get it from them, go to Facebook on iBoomerang, and you'll see the schedule that's coming up tonight for 8 p.m. Welcome to iBoomerang. Get involved. Let's go to work. You'll be glad you did. Take a picture of me. Take a picture of Martha. Tag me. This is our first time being seen together. Myself, I just hit Black Diamond in the last 24 hours. She hits Blue Diamond, and I'm so proud of you. Love you, girl, and I love your heart for people. So with that being said, at Wembry on social media, tag me. Martha, what's your tag on social media?
Martha Hermes.
Okay. And you can find her too, because I've been tagging her all day. So if you go to at Wembry, I've been tagging her all day on everything. Martha, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for going live with us. And I can only imagine what the next 30 days of your life is going to look like if it's compared to the last 90 days of your life. Congratulations. We got to get back to work. God bless you guys. Welcome to the boom. The boom is real.
Thank you. Thank you, John.